Hey everybody, this is my recap for the first week of my new life. I decided this week to start in the kitchen since that's sort of the organizational heart of any house. I've worked really hard trying to keep up with the dishes, making sure that there's never any dirty dishes on the counter, and with a family of 6 that can be a rather large job, but I'm fairly proud with what I've been accomplishing for that. I've also been tackling a few new baking adventures. I've never been doing pies before, so I've started doing that. First couple of times I've been doing just pre-made crusts with canned filling, and those managed to turn out okay. But this week I did my first ever pie with my own filling that I made, and sadly that turned out to be a very soppy mess. It tasted great, it just, the filling never gelled. It took twice as long as the recipe called for. But reading through the comments of the recipe, I found out that that was a very common thing for most of the people who tried it. So I don't feel too bad on that front. It's been a quiet week work-wise, but I am in the process of putting together a presentation for our local doula group to a crisis pregnancy center as a way of expanding their services that they offer. The presentation is going to be happening next Monday, so I'm a little nervous about that, but you'll get to hear the update next week. On the skill front, I have been doing knitting this week. I've got it here, this is our old cast iron pot holder. You can see the ends are kind of frayed and nasty. They got a little too close to the fire several times, and it still works perfectly fine, but I decided to do up another one, and it's already gotten a little bit of use in, but it's in a nice blue color. I've continued work on my Eleonora di Toledo stocking, which is a super fancy pattern from the Middle Ages, and it's just it's a knee-high stocking, so repetition, repetition, repetition. My goals for next week. This counter area used to house a microwave, but that died, and we discovered that we were only using it to reheat lost cups of tea, and so we never replaced it. Instead, it's become kind of a catch-all counter, and if you notice that the bottom shelf is really too deep to do anything, and so things get set in the front and then kind of pushed towards the back and never seen again. Remember, you can always check my daily goals and recaps by following me on Twitter at NEStarziak. I'd love for you to give me a tweet and let me know what your daily goals are.